Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak. And I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive? Radio on the way.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone Messiah, Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma, for the 470th time. We are coming at you with the BC, baby. The PEA. Performance Enhancing Audio. I may have stole that from somewhere. I'm not lying. I did steal that from somewhere. Shout out to BC Brian Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about all the things in the world of sports entertainment, pro wrestling. Brandon Tanguma, the Canadian destroyer. What's up, man?
Hi, guys. We're, post Royal Rumble, not nearly, WrestleMania season quite yet. We still got some time.
Oh, no,
but,
it's the season. The season is happening.
It's like the early season where, it's like a baseball season. It's early, it's first month. Yes, all games matter, but let's be honest. We got a ways away till it really starts heating up.
It heated up on Monday night. Let me tell you that. Before we get into that, Adriana Mosley, Big Daddy Adriana Mosley, was on the BC this past week. First interview of the year. Look at us.
Look at that.
See, I told y'all, I'm gonna try. I'm trying.
Only took you 1 month instead of 11.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here with it. Adriana, she was on the show. What'd you think?
Thought it was good stuff. Once again, cinematography. If you watch the YouTube, could have been better because your boy wasn't there. Top tier cinematographer.
Well, it was over Zoom, so she's across the country.
Yeah, that's why I said it could have been better. I could have been there. I could have been, I could have been zooming.
She'll be in Vegas for Mania. Maybe we'll do a quick round two, quick turnaround.
But yeah, once again, I'll be honest. Full transparency, did not really know too much about the young lady, so it was nice to kind of, get to know. This is the beautiful thing about some of these interviews because I'm not super tapped in on the wrestling scene, indie scene, so it's good to kind of know where some of these people are going on.
So, what else did you think, man?
You didn't ask hot tub time machine question.
I actually did.
Damn it.
Yeah, you see.
Damn it. See, he didn't do it for such a long time, and full transparency once again. I didn't listen to it, but I do have it locked up. I just didn't forgot. It's been a long week. I have it. It's not deleted. I can show you. It's right here. It's all. I got it.
The fans won't see this because the video
locked in, lock cocked, and ready to rock.
Hey, pause.
It's right there. See, it was refreshed an hour ago because I forgot to. Like I said, I've been busy. Haven't been listening to too many podcasts.
It's all right, man. Let's talk about Hiromu Takahashi possibly going to WWE.
New Japan continues to lose some of their stars. Yeah, Hiromu might not have been a world champion, heavyweight world champion, but super talented and one of the best in-ring wrestlers I think they have. Super charismatic. Looks like you said, it looks like he's going to WWE. Interested to see what he would do over there. I think maybe he definitely would take a step back, and he's not going to be a focal point. But I don't know. I think it was more him frustrated of him never really getting to that next level in New Japan, and maybe he sees a way to cash out, come to America, get that WWE money. I feel like he has I think Evil could possibly be in main events and stuff, but I think Hiromu could possibly do better stuff. It might fit overall better in WWE because he can be wrestling wise, he's good. Character wise, he can be, kind of kooky over the top, almost I hate to compare him to Tozawa, but I feel like he might be a Tozawa level guy or kind of Tozawa guy.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't want him to be in the Tozawa role. But hey, man, if that's what they have for you and you go and you make it work and you're over like Rover doing that, then hey, bro, no, don't sweat it. Like it's like we know like Tizal was what you call it.
Tozawa might be the best wrestler on that roster.
Yeah, but like how far would he have gotten in the company if he had did that?
He
I
probably would
guess
have been
where
cut.
would the success rate be? I mean, he's you know
He
he
would have been cut after the 205 Live disbanded.
so I mean he did the ninja stuff, the 24/7 stuff, good stuff, man. Just Takahashi. I mean, you never know. We have to wait to see. Um, they get that he could go to AAA. You know they got that demon puppet going around. He brings out the cat. Some stuff could happen.
Some stuff could happen.
Some stuff could happen. You never know. You never know, man. You just have to wait and see. Corey Graves, Point Park University professor.
What's he teaching?
He's teaching like what, sports media or something like that. So
I mean, good for him being able to outreach and do some other stuff outside of the wrestling world. I mean,
yes.
sports media. I mean, he's not like he does the wrestling obviously, but I don't know what other like media stuff he has experience
Or
into like be
sports
teaching like that.
broadcasting. I think he's teaching something like that's something in those realms. Now on to some very tragic news. Ref Aja Smith, the a female referee in WWE, she posted a tragic story. Unfortunately, she lost her grandparents, her aunt, and her cousin in a house fire. There's a GoFundMe up. What's her real name? Daphne Lauren. I think that's her at on Instagram. Look up Daphne Lauren or Aja Smith on IG. The link is in her bio. If you guys can donate anything, please help them out. I mean, just the heart broke when I read that one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't even know. I didn't see that news until you just told me. That's like insane because she's.
Bro, like
I mean, obviously, it's just a terrible situation regardless. But if you follow her, she's like very fun loving. She's like super nice, and yeah, for that to happen is just
yeah,
crazy.
your your grandpa, your grandma, your aunt, and your cousin. Just oh my god, unbelievable, unbelievable, bro. I oh man, thoughts and prayers to their friends and family, man. Um, to some lighter news. AEW is apparently going to be doing a Lucha Mask collab with all 32 NFL teams. You getting that Raiders one?
Good for them. Um, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
they're
you
an, they're
are.
an, they're an owner, so they would have it in. I'm surprised. I mean, like WWE's obviously the bigger name, so like they have like the titles and the licensing and stuff like that. But
They got a Jacksonville title.
I believe they don't have a Jacksonville. They have 31 teams available, but not 32.
Well, this one will be all 32. You're gonna get the Raiders mask, huh?
Nah, no, no, no.
Why not?
I have a Raiders poncho that I got straight from Mexico, or that my
And then
brother got for me from Mexico.
bro, you get the Raiders mask. Your Halloween is gonna be set.
I mean, I've been wearing the same psychosis mask for like every Halloween I ever go to. Just throw the psychosis mask on, put some regular street clothes on. It's good enough for me.
Nobody asked any questions.
Exactly, because it's such a crazy enough mask. I like it looks cool. It has the hair, it has the horns. It's not like no disrespect to like the basic ones like Rey Mysterio stuff, but there's a lot of stuff going on with that mask. Looks like I put effort in, even though I didn't.
You know who has a good mask that we never Axiom. Axiom has a great mask that just never gets talked about. It's simple, but it's very cool.
And like Beast Mortos, on the other hand, it's not. It almost feels like it's not a mask. It's just like a horse head or a beast
Space.
head.
Yeah. Yeah. Inside the ring, Tommaso Ciampa wins the TNT title. The Psycho Killer. Mm.
Very good match. Probably one of the best one of the better collisions in quite some time. And I thought this was the right choice. Briscoe had his run with it, but I think if you're gonna put Ciampa on, he signs, he's gonna be a part of the company. I think you got to push him out the gate strong, and this is about as strong as you can. Everyone gets a trinket, but Ciampa's gonna continue on with the open challenge. Who's gonna have a triple threat match?
I've already,
What Roderick Strong and Claudio on Collision. So
yeah, I heard about that. That's gonna be great. I've already heard people saying, Johnny need to see what's up. Gargano need to see what's up at all. Because do you remember when he came back on Raw and it was kind of like nothing? Like I was there. He's just going like they made noise, but it could have been louder. I think because they changed his music. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, then they brought back Rebel Heart, but at that point it was a little too late.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean, shout out Ciampa. Hopefully he can be. I feel like he's a little better suited as a heel, but currently he's a face. Maybe he'll evolve over time and do something dastardly to get people on that side. But
Dude,
good start thus far.
I saw a tweet or something. It was a tweet or Facebook post. Somebody was talking about like all the signings AEW got, and then like they were like, oh, WWE got Hobbs, and who else did they just get?
I mean, they got evil allegedly, but
Yeah, something like that. And they talked about all the signings AEW just had, and basically the dude was glazing AEW, and then there was this one reply. Dude was like, "TK is not gonna let you hit, bro." I said, "That's hilarious." Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a nice little shift in the realm of the game with all the people showing up in new places. So we'll see how it all pans out. Joe Hendry wins the NXT title. Did you believe?
I guess I believe going with Joe Hendry, 37 years old, winning the NXT championship on NXT. Still not the oldest. I feel like Bobby Roode is probably the oldest to win the NXT championship.
Him or Ziggler?
I forgot Ziggler even won the NXT title, but
That was a
you know,
great. Do you remember when he won the title or he retained the title at the pay per view and people were hella mad and then Breaker won it on the Raw?
yep. Let's see.
What
What
was
does
that?
Google AI tell me?
That was L.A., right? That was L.A. or was that Dallas? I think it was Dallas. I think that I want to say that was Dallas. I don't remember.
Google AI is telling me Samoa Joe at 42 years old.
That second run, yeah, yeah. Um, Ric Flair versus Ricky Morton. Are you down in 2026?
Maybe not in 2026, maybe 1986,
Or
but
even 96?
even 2006.
Okay.
but but not in 26.
Yeah, no. Nate was on a podcast. He said, "Yeah, there's this promoter that wants me to wrestle Ricky. The number's not right." I said, I said, Rick, I understand, bro. It feels great to be out there. I mean, you did this on the biggest scale it's ever been done, but man, it's okay.
Never stop working, but then at some point we should stop working.
Yeah, yeah. Um, are we ready to talk about the work that was done on Monday night with as I'm looking at 2010 CM Punk, let's talk about 2026 CM Punk, the current heavyweight champion of the world. He interrupted the tribal chief. Roman Reigns is out there. He talks about it's a lot of synergy, man. Roman Reigns, 11 years later, won his second Royal Rumble, walks into his 11th WrestleMania main event. Um, the next city after the Royal Rumble where he won was Philly, where he won the Rumble. Then 11 months later, that year after he won that Rumble, won his first World Championship. The number 11 is a very, very integral part of this story right now. What do you say?
There's people got their signs, astrological signs. Some people like number signs. There's signs everywhere.
Yes. Roman talks about you know who he should choose. CM Punk comes out there, addresses Finn Balor, leaves, and then Roman's like, "We're addressing Finn Balor," and then they go into it. Before we get into the bars, I mean, what were your teas?
Roman at first, no shock. He comes out, milks the reaction. Lance Storm, I don't know if he went viral, but I just saw a TikTok because he does like a Wrestling Observer show thing, and he was complaining that the wrestlers kind of milk the crowd too much, which I kind of get at a point. Like there's sometimes where like they kind of milk it, like force it almost. But Roman, you always know he's going to sit there and let the crowd, eat it up and do acknowledge me and all that other good fun stuff. But like the beginning part, when CM Punk come out, I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense because I think there's like rumblings that it was going to be Punk and Roman at Mania, but I did not expect. Maybe I should have expected what was going to take place and all the shit that was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, where do we start? Where do we start, man? I mean, Punk said you were champ for over 1,000 days. Just because you did longer doesn't mean you did it better. He said you followed my model, you learned from me, and then Roman's like, I learned what not to do from you, and he brought up the Colt Cabana podcast.
His Little Friends podcast.
Yes, which if we really think about it, bro, which it's funny, that was the first podcast I ever heard. It came out Thanksgiving week of 2014. That really started Roman said, you did that and made my life harder than it ever should have been. And that really did start to turn because people were messing with Roman. They were. But once that podcast came out, that's when those boos started. And then the Royal Rumble is what, 2 months after that? And then that started that whole couple year trajectory of him just getting booed. So yeah, uh Cena, I mean not Cena, I'm sorry, Cena's on the screen. But yeah, Punk that did play a huge role in it. Then Roman's like, you thought you could brainwash my family, you almost brainwashed me, but it didn't work. I shook your hand like a man at war games. You said Zebros or some bullshit like that, which I think they pulled Zebros off the Netflix queue because of that. Um, yeah, man. And then Roman says, I could choose, and then they both ran down Drew McIntyre. Roman said, I could choose you because you're on the biggest show, but I'm gonna choose you because I hate you, and then at WrestleMania, you're gonna acknowledge me. So WrestleMania main event, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the heavyweight championship of the world.
Absolutely phenomenal segment. I know we keep saying for the Bulletcast Awards, we got to start writing down promos because we kind of forget. We got to put this one down in the early queue for promo of the year. Um, Triple H and whoever likes to talk about this being the reality era, but I feel like this was kind of the perfect, you know, cosm of what like reality in wrestling should be. Like clearly, Roman Reigns and CM Punk, they like each other, but there
Yeah.
is a lot of real aspects to this story that they can play up and magnify that makes it feel like they really don't like each other. And I thought that everything Roman said made sense. Going back to the history, like you said, with Colt Cabana, I just thought it was phenomenal. And like honestly, I think they talked me into the building. Like as long as they keep this up, they can keep this going. I really want to be there for night two and see Roman versus Punk at WrestleMania.
Man, I
Negatives, I would say they ran down Drew a little bit too much. Now I think Drew's gonna have some strong response on Friday to
he'll
kind
be
of
fine.
bounce back that.
He'll be fine.
Um, Other
Drew's a
negative, WrestleMania is like 10 weeks away. Like they are blowing their load so early right now.
yeah.
And then
That's a
Punk has to then go to Finn Balor. They're gonna have a match at the Chamber, and then they're gonna have to go back to this Roman thing. So it's like,
that is another thing. Like Jay did it last year where he chose too early, and I feel like there should have been some time. Like we like wait a little bit, wait until at least the chamber to make a decision, or the Raw after the chamber to make a decision on who are we facing.
and Roman's like the perfect character to where he can say like the tribal chief doesn't rush for anybody. I choose on my time, and he can wait the extra month and then make his decision after the elimination chamber. Have this exact same segment, the night the Raw after chamber when Punk presumably wins, and you only have what 6 weeks to build it up instead of the 10 weeks that we're at right now.
Well, how long is Roman going to be on TV? I guess that he's not going to be there every
And
week.
that's the other thing is like I don't think Roman's going to be on TV again. So like you could have done like a segment on Raw and you can do what I just said. Like, the tribal chief chooses for no one. I'm gonna wait my time, and you're gonna have to wait for me. Blah blah blah. Let all the cards fall where they may, and then he comes back, and but who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have been as good if they didn't have the heat of the crowd and the momentum or whatever. I'm not
I
gonna
think
complain
this
because this was a fantastic segment.
because the Raw after Elimination Chamber. Where is that?
I mean, are they running it back in Chicago?
I mean, if they did this in Chicago, that would have it was the right. I mean, Philly is a great crowd. It had to be one of those cities to really, you know, spice it up.
Let's see.
You know what
Let's
I'm
see.
saying?
Let's see.
Had to be one of
Oh,
those
we're going
cities.
too far.
Um, do you have it? Do you have it yet?
Let's see. When's Elimination Chamber? February 28th. So that would be February 29th or March 2nd. Sorry. Well, that would be in Indianapolis.
Ah, ah, ah. I don't know. But yeah, no, great segment from these gentlemen. So we'll wait and see. Gunther chokes out Dragon, bro. Your boy got
I was like, oh,
dangle choked.
sweet. Dragon Lee's gonna avenge his boy AJ Styles. He's gonna have like a good feud with Gunther. Yeah, he probably gonna lose, but
AJ Styles on the Stephanie McMahon podcast. There's some good gems there. They left on a cliffhanger, Brandon.
what would that cliffhanger be?
They asked about him, taking off his gloves and putting them back on. What does that mean? And then it just cut off.
Hmm?
Yeah, get ready to fly. I don't know, but yeah, your boy Dragon Lee got dangle choked, bro. You know how embarrassing
Yeah.
that is.
Like I said, I got like okay. I mean, I think they still are gonna do like some sort of Dragon Lee thing. It's probably gonna be like a TV feud or something to where match should be pretty good if the crowd actually cares about Dragon Lee. But I highly doubt they have any believability that Dragon Lee could pull this off. Um, but yeah, I mean, makes sense in the short term. I don't know where Gunther goes for WrestleMania because you got Roman, Punk, Seth is probably tied in with the Vision.
Randy Orton,
I mean, they are on two different shows.
you're
It
the
is
career
WrestleMania.
killer. I'm a legend killer.
They can
I've
figure
heard
that
that
out.
thrown
Yeah,
around.
career killer, legend killer. The legend killer becomes a legend to be killed. Right
Yeah,
itself.
yeah. I mean, we don't have to
Maybe
put
Brock Lesnar. Who knows?
Brock and Oba. I think Brock and Gunther go at SummerSlam in Minneapolis.
And Brock rides off into the sunset.
Yeah, Brock and Oba at Mania. If we can do that, I think that'd be nice. Yeah. But no, Randy. I've heard that thrown around. I like Randy and Gunther. I like that a lot. You don't have to put Randy's career on the line. You don't have to do that. But if Randy loses, the Gunther just kind of think about, damn, maybe it may be time. But yeah. I like that. Stephanie Vacquet retains the championship.
Yeah, solid match at the beginning, or for the most
What do you
part.
think of the segment? Daddy Dom returned. Pause.
Shout out Daddy Dom. He's back. And it looks as though Liv Morgan's going after Stephanie Vicaire. No shot there. Um, once again, kind of it's a WWE finish. We're gonna have the Judgment Day involved. It didn't lead to a title change, but Stephanie Vicaire was able to pull it out and got the win. Also, I like to shout out the referee. I thought the referee had a phenomenal showing because if you look at the finish with that table was right next to Raquel Rodriguez, and if Stephanie Vicaire landed where she landed, she would have like been cut in half with that table. But the referee moved it out the way, and she was all safe.
Love it. Love to see it. Great officiating. Great officiating by these refs. But yeah, looks like Liv will challenge Stephanie. Let's see it. Oba Femi destroys the Viking War Raider experience.
Yeah, this one was interesting. Like it wasn't a match. It was so they get protected in that way, if you want to call it protected. But yeah, Oba just comes out, destroys the Viking War Raiders experience, which they're a tag team. They've had I mean, they've held the tag team titles within the last year, right? They've been relatively
Yeah.
recently.
The New Day beat them at WrestleMania last year.
So yeah, like they've been a thing for a little bit. So it's not like they're Tozawa and Otis. I know they have their shot, but you know what I mean. So I don't know if they're on their way out or what the case may be. But it also is just they're so high on Obafemi that you got to feed them guys like this.
Yeah. Speaking of the tag team champions, the Usos were on they were on Raw talking about they congratulated the tribal chief. But just so y'all know, y'all the twos and they the ones. Hello.
You already know.
Finn Balor video package. It's not like Austin Aries package. You remember that package?
It was a big package. That package did get in some trouble later on in his career, but it was still we can talk about that. But what Finn Balor? Yeah, I thought it was good stuff, straightforward, just kind of talking up his history, talking about where he's been, where he wants to go, and it was just like kind of straightforward sports stuff. And yeah, I would suspect he's going to lose to CM Punk in Chicago. I did like the response from CM Punk in the promo before the promo. Yeah, so should fun. Two of my favorites, but it's not like Roman and Punk where you can't imagine either one of those guys losing.
You can look, but you can't touch, bro. The Bella Twins want the tag titles. The Bella Twins are in the Bay doing media. There's Super Bowl's out here. There's a lot of media going on. We didn't even talk about it. Seth Rollins and Maxwell Jacob Friedman seen talking together. I
Look at that. It's probably burying Will Ospreay.
think there's a photo of Punk, or not Punk. Punk is out here doing media as well. He was on the No Context Wrestling
He
podcast.
was out here teaching Kay Adams how to do the Anaconda Vice, respectfully, of course. Philip,
Osage
what you know about
Jackson
Kay
Jr.
Adams?
Shout out Kay Adams. I saw my boy Ben Cruz interviewed Punk about Stefan hitting this go to sleep gesture. Yeah, I think I saw a photo of John Moxley and Rollins talking. There's a lot of stuff happening out here in the Bay for the wrestling, given Super Bowl week. But yes, the Bella Twins, they want the tag titles. How do we feel?
I mean, it was a foregone conclusion that this is the direction they were going to go. Segment itself, I thought was god awful. I thought it was so
Whoa, whoa,
clunky.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
They were
Let me
all
put
over the place.
these girls are Hall of Fame. So is
They
Nikki a
were in
babyface now?
they were in Philadelphia and they were doing a coop chant for the cornerback that allegedly Nikki Bella is dating, and Nikki like took that as booze, and so she and then whatever, and then yeah, it was a Bella Twin segment. I'll just say that.
So is she a babyface or a heel now?
Then that's the other thing. Like Brie comes back, and then Nikki's just automatically a face again.
I kind of,
I feel like
I
they're
was,
probably gonna turn again, but
I was messing. I feel like we were starting to get somewhere with Nikki when she was, when she was on her shit, man.
because I mean the thing is like they'll cut to the crowd and I feel like it's a handful, like it's not going to be a lot of people, but there's these people just bawling their eyes out, so excited to see the Bella Twins, and I just don't get it.
They're Hall of Famers, bro.
I just don't get it.
You were the biggest Total Divas, Total Bellas fan in the world. You should get it. You of all people should understand.
That was 10 years ago.
Total Bellas was not 10 years
I
ago.
was on Total Divas 11 years ago in 2015.
Okay, bro. People are still kissing the ass of the Attitude Era, like, bruh. And that was what, almost 30 years ago.
I saw Twitter yesterday. There is some Twitter account, nameless, faceless, whatever. I don't know who these people are. But then they like are going back and realizing that Stone Cold Steve Austin was getting incredible pops on SmackDown. Like, if you're a wrestling fan, how the hell do you not know that? Like, who are these
And
people?
how the hell do you not know why people love the Bellas?
I mean, I love
You can
Bellas.
look, but you can't touch.
I mean, I
Stop
don't think
playing
anyone's
with
ever
them.
seen. I don't think I've ever like divulged this before, because this is like WrestleMania. I don't know if you can see this. I actually have a Bella Twins poster like in the corner of my room over here. Back when I was a little gooner, I just never took it down.
Hey, yo! Oh my god!
Sorry.
Oh my!
Is this
Hey,
Bulletcast After Dark?
hey, this video's going up now. Oh my god! Don't ever do that.
It's over there somewhere. Yeah.
This motherfucker just said, "Ah."
What? That's the Dudley Boys thing, right? That's what the Dudley Boys do.
Or was it a scary movie? What? Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
my
W.
2001 references I'd be doing.
Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd, huh?
Yeah,
Darby, what the fuck?
yeah. This was actually, it's an up and down show for Dynamite, over a lot of good wrestling. But I probably say the low life was Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd. Clark Connors apparently is also leaving New Japan, so New Japan losing more talent, and
I like him.
looking like he's going to AEW, which I think is a better move for him than going to WWE or
I
wherever
have to
else
take
he'd
this
go.
call. Hold on.
Okay, so I'll just shut up. But so yeah, they did something on Collision that led into Dynamite, and Connors and Kidd kidnapped Darby, stuffed him in the back of the car, drug him out to the middle of the desert in Las Vegas, cut the cord, and then just drove back off, which then put like the announcers in an awkward position because they just cut right to them. They do like the 2-shot at the table of Excalibur and Shivani, and they're just like they just have to like awkwardly move on, like they didn't just witness a crime being committed on television. And I feel like this has happened with Kidd and Darby in the past, where they did the whole dragging angle, and I don't know if like it's both of them, one of them, whatever the case may be. Stuff like that should not be in wrestling. Like there's points where you go back with like Dusty and the Four Horsemen, where like they would attack them and like commit crimes, quote unquote, off outside of the arena. But then like Dusty would be like, no, don't file any reports. I want to take care of this myself. Like that's one thing. When you are like doing this heinous of stuff on television, it kind of takes you out of the moment, just kind of shows you how fake it is. I just don't like stuff like that in my wrestling. Like keep it to straightforward. in arena angles, beatdowns, torture devices. Let's not pour gasoline on people and threaten to light them on fire, MJF. Which, once again, this tends to happen in WWE or in AEW a lot. It'd be the wouldn't it be cool if, because this has never happened before. Um, but yeah, probably low light of the show. Let's be honest. For me personally, I thought this was just kind of dumb. It was like, why are we doing this? Don't know if this means Darby's going to get a tag partner. He already beat Connors on Collision, unless it's a tag match, and then that leads into a singles between Darby and Kid. I don't know. Then get into like the good part, which was the wrestling. Andrade and Kenny Omega. This was a kind of contendership match. Winner faces Hangman Page in Australia next week for the chance to wrestle the champion at Revolution. And surprisingly, Andrade ended up winning. I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. I think people kind of expected it to be Omega, kind of coronating and moving on to wrestling MJF at Revolution, or at least I did. I thought Omega had this one in the bag, but he did not. He ended up losing to Andrade. There were some chicanery involved, but Andrade just dumped him on his head, pins him 1, 2, 3, bam. So we get Andrade and Hangman next Saturday. So there's going to be a collision or a Dynamite in between. So it's technically like a collision episode on Saturday. So, next episode, we still won't know who will face MJF at Revolution, or whoever the champion may be, because there's going to be a championship match at Revolution at in Australia. But Andrade, they've been pushing him. He's been undefeated in AEW, so it's not like a shock that he won. But, they were I thought they were on a collision course of having Omega and Hangman, but that just ain't the case. Now you go with Andrade and Hangman. You would assume Hangman's going to win that one, because if we're going to Revolution, Hangman and MJF seems like a much better option. Going ahead, Brody King, I don't see Brody King beating MJF for the championship. Brody King Andrade could make sense. I don't think Andrade and MJF makes a whole lot of sense, because those are two heels. Yes, MJF is like the much more likable heel, but I think you have to have him continue down the road of being a heel people do not like. Like, you don't want to put people in that position of cheering MJF over Andrade. So I think as though it's going to be Hangman and MJF at Revolution, come Los Angeles, which your boy will be at. So we'll see what happens on that front. We did get.
I'm back. I'm back.
Phil's back.
I'm sorry.
He had to take business calls.
Talk about Andrade, or where are we at?
Yeah, Andrade beats Kenny Omega, surprisingly. So Andrade in the running to.
Andrade is going to be in the Bay Area, March 20th. Big Time Wrestling. Go check them out. Andrade, they hired adult film content creators to be the women in the crowd for him.
And then one of the women ended up putting on an Instagram story and saying how fake this shit is. It's like, all right, maybe we should screen who we're putting in. Like, can we not? You're telling me there's not beautiful indie women wrestlers that you can put on the sideline, in the
Weren't they in Vegas too? Oh my!
Yeah, Philip, tell us who you would have picked.
Okay, let's.
No, we don't want to get you in trouble.
There. You thought you had me. No, brother, I'm not out here gooning like you are with that poster.
I mean, if you see, it's stuck to the wall, but there's actually no thumbtacks to it. Hello.
Okay. Brody King defeats MJF before the bell rang. Fuck Ice Chance. How do you feel?
Yeah, big fuck Ice Chance before the show started. Or before the match started. I would assume this is going to be a trend that's going to pick up for AEW and Brody King matches, because for better or for worse, wrestling fans are followers and sheep, and they want to continue on these trends. It was funny because this bled into non-wrestling people on Twitter and stuff, and people's minds were blown that wrestling fans were chanting this, because I think to non-wrestling people think that wrestling fans are just a bunch of dumb rednecks, which has not been the case for quite some time. Wrestling, if to get political a little bit, it's been very left leaning, especially in AEW, but even in WWE from time to time. Pro wrestling fans have been more liberal for probably 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't Bryce Rensburg comment about this?
I think he tried to take credit for it that he was encouraging it.
Was it? He was the ref, right?
He was the ref.
Yeah.
Because I remember at the very end, he just like dropped the title just right on MJF's crotch at the end of the match. But match itself, kind of a disappointment because I was watching this on delay, so I was fast.
Squashed, right?
So yeah, I was fast forwarding through the commercials, and I was like, because sometimes my YouTube TV won't like record the after run, but it did, but it was only 6 minutes, and I recorded it. I fast forward through the commercials, like there's only like 5 minutes left in the show. This can't be right. They're gonna do more. They're gonna have like a 10-minute match, right? And no, they just Hangman comes out, distraction finish for MJF. MJF gets choked out comedically so over the top rope, like gets put in the chokehold for like a half a second and just flops to the ground. Um, finisher from King and pins MJF in like a couple minutes.
So the world title eliminator, you have to beat the champion to then get an opportunity to beat the champion.
Yep, which we saw again in the women's tag team division too.
Why don't we just have like a scramble or a fatal four way, a triple threat, a battle royal? Why don't we just do these
I
things?
mean, they we all know Tony Khan loves himself a battle royal every now and
Well,
then.
if you can beat the champion in a non-title, why don't we just put the title on the line?
He hasn't earned the title shot yet, which was a story going into it because he hasn't beaten anybody.
Well, maybe how about we have him rack up some wins against some. You
But
build
Brody
him up.
King said the one a way for me to prove that I can go up against a champion is to face a champion.
I guess.
So
bro.
they were a little. I think they were conscious of that. Brody King hasn't faced anybody in the singles division, so they try to cover their ass. It was a little bit of a bait and switch in terms of the match because I think for AEW especially you expect like really long good matches from stuff like this.
Who's the former champion on the show that he could have beat?
I mean, there's a lot of champions because everyone holds trinkets.
No, I'm talking about like a former world champion that he could have beat.
I mean, Swerve just did take a loss,
What's
so
up
I
with
don't
Samoa
think.
Joe? He could have beat Samoa Joe.
Well, we talked about him. He got an injury, which I don't know if it's an actual injury or if he just has to go film Twisted Metal again. But Chris Jericho, who know? I mean, if Chris Jericho really is under contract with AEW, like I don't know why he just didn't come back for a cup of coffee and just lose to somebody. Like Big Bill. Like what couldn't like they finish that Learning Tree storyline, just have Big Bill kill him and just like
is he still under contract?
I don't know if he's still under contract, but like people are still saying he's on the roster, and so that must and he hasn't been on WWE. He wasn't at the Rumble. He wasn't at the Netflix.
Been on TV since what, like April of last year, right?
I don't know if it's been that long, but I think it's been like 6 months.
No, I think it's been something like that.
Let's check the old cage match. I haven't done that in a couple months, couple weeks.
Last Jericho TV appearance, man. When was that?
Let's see. Well, we're just gonna see matches. Oh, he has a 9.3 rating on cage match. Good for him. Last one, he had his Bandito mask versus title match at in June. Oh, okay. Nope. Sorry. This is European stuff. Philip might have been right. This is April.
See, I told
April 6th.
I told you. Yeah. Well, there's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping it up. Oasis Pro ushers in a new era tonight. You have Mia Sweets versus Brooke Havoc. The Strays versus SPS, four-way fade. D-Rogue representing the Melanin Mafia, Alpha Zo representing the Mob, Oak representing the Strays, and Journey Fatu representing SPS. There was a championship celebration for the new Pacific Seas champion, Chima. Brandon Tanguma, I heard you're going to be in attendance.
I will. I'll be there. Everyone say hi. I'll be nice.
No Sancho, though.
No Sancho, thank God. That guy's kind of a dick.
What? Oh, I mean, I heard he was kind of an asshole, but he had me. Is
that dick above asshole?
Yeah, like it's okay to be an asshole. It's not okay to be a dick.
I mean, like, sometimes dicks can be funny sometimes.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey,
like I think MJF's a dick.
Who's gonna be there? Bob. Oh, he's kind of an asshole, but he's cool. Who's gonna be there? Jack. What? Oh, he's a dick. I don't want to go. You see. Sancho had me in his little. He did a little mafia video. He had me in there saying he should be the champ. Which I think he should, because apparently it's not just him saying it. I guess
other people are saying it.
There was a video. Other people. Your boy Michael Marks was in it. The unmelanated Michael Marks.
Look at the. Was it the commissioner? What was the name for him? I forget.
He's the unmelanated Michael Marks.
But before that, you have like 20 different nicknames. What was his other nickname?
Lil Durst.
I forget. But he was like the commissioner or not the coach. I forget.
He was something. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Go check out Oasis Pro. It's going down. And then tomorrow night, NorCal United, they're having a show in Concord. Representatives from multiple schools, Ugly Dojo, Oasis, yeah, multiple. I can't. Who else is on the? Jesus, now I'm blanking. I'm blanking. There'll be APW representation there. A lot of cool fun stuff, man. Go check it out. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe, stay dangerous. Yes, sir.